Okay, Stephen, did you want to come in?
Well, I was just coming in on the bonus point, really. I think one of the drivers for the high bonuses, we're told, is the fear that people will exit the UK. I was just wondering whether the Treasury have asked the banks for any data around the number of senior executives leaving the UK.
We have...
What, those earning over $1 million a year?
We have...
Well, at whatever level. I mean, just to understand the problem with the banks.
We have had quite a lot of examples and anecdotal evidence. We haven't got a systematic study.
Yeah, I mean, we know HMRC aren't tracking it in response to FOI questions. I was just wondering whether you'd done any actual analysis of this to see what the trend is and how real a problem it is.
Well, I think there's a wider set of issues around the incidence of taxation and the impact of tax rates on labour mobility.
Yeah.
And I would expect, we've had a series of tax changes in over the last year or two, and I think it's going to be very important to monitor the effect. I mean, are they actually going to raise revenue, or is it going to displace what is inevitably, I mean, labour is more footloose at the high end than it was, and it's something we have to pay attention to.
It would just be good to have data on that. And I think what flows from that as well is one of the points that sometimes can be made to constituents is, well, if someone's getting a very high bonus, they're paying a high rate of tax. But were you very concerned, given the UBS case, and not least that the current head of UKFI was at UBS at the time, for which they've just paid a big fine for tax avoidance? Whether are you satisfied whether HMRC, which reports into a Treasury Minister, has the right resources focused on potential tax avoidance?
Well, I can't give you chapter and verse around how HMRC is managed, but I think Dave Hartnett, who is the Permanent Secretary for Tax at HMRC, is fully appraised of the challenge here, and we do have a regular dialogue with him.
I want to